a special edition of DroneSeeker Nation today. We're doing a kind of a European time show for Shaun Matthews of the Spanish Drone Seekers and the expat in Mazarin, his very successful other channel. So, and I'm joined by my regular co-host, Marcus Crawford. We have a lot of things to talk about today. We touched a few of them on our preview show that we did last night that you can catch on the Xeno Nation Facebook group. And it's also been posted on the Spanish Drone Seekers group also, so you can catch it over there.
I put it on every Drone Seekers group I could find, Ron.
There you go. So if you want to see it, the preview, it's not hard to find. So on that note, I'm going to throw it over to Marcus Crawford so that you get us into the show here. Marcus, take it away.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Ron. So, yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about today. Primarily, it's always a pleasure to have the great Shaun Matthews on the show. Shaun, you probably have motivated more people into drones and flying drones than a lot of folks. So that's awesome. We also have some news with regard to pricing that's gone up, at least in the U.S. I don't know about other parts of the world, but for sure we saw some significant price increases from DJI, and rumors are from some of the other manufacturers as well. Well, in fact, we've already seen from Parrot and Autel also announced that they were going to increase prices. So that's significant, I would say. And then I think we want to spend some time talking about the Parrot Anafi, and they upgraded their firmware yesterday, and then they're releasing an FPV version of the Anafi that comes with some FPV goggles. It sounds to me like you'll be able to buy goggles, and if you've already got an Anafi, be able to experiment with some of that. So, anyway, that's pretty much about it. Shaun, I'll let you finish.
You carry on, you two guys. Well, I'm just finishing off with pizza.
You got that right. You got it.
I'd like to know a bit more about your last week. The new Xeno Professional.
There is some news on that as well.
Let's jump right into the Pro then.
Okay, so interestingly enough, I pre-ordered it from one of those Chinese websites called Geek Buying, and they said it would ship in about 20 days. Well, I got an email from them this morning offering a refund. They said they don't know when it's going to ship. So if you want a refund, ask for it. Or if you want to buy something else on our site, we can apply your funds to that. So, I'm just going to ask for a refund. And, who really knows what is going to come up with regard to the Xeno Pro. I mean, we know the original Xeno was a long, drawn-out affair before anybody actually saw one in their hand. But there's a lot of kind of cool stuff that they're adding on there. They're upgrading the logic chip for the camera. They're going from just an Ambarella 12, I think it is, to an Ambarella 12S. And a guy on Xeno Nation posted the different specs, and it's definitely a more advanced chip, so I guess we could look forward to improved video on the Xeno. And then they are saying that they will have an improved transmission system that will take the Xeno out to 4 kilometers. I'm a little skeptical about that because I don't think battery-wise the Xeno would have a pretty tough time getting out 4 kilometers and back. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they've improved the efficiency of it. I have no idea. But in any case, let's see what else. Oh, they say also that they have improved the controller. And one of the things about the Xeno that anybody that's flown one knows, that the controller feels like it's a toy quadcopter. And so they said they have improved that. And then, you can get filters for the camera now as well, although as Shaun and Ron both know, I'm not much of a camera filter guy. I know Ron is. I know Shaun isn't. That's kind of the high spots.
Sean's the king of ND filters.
You got to be joking. I just don't see the point of them, really. You can check on the camera settings on most drones that you've got an EV setting, and if you mess about with that, that can darken it or can lighten it. Filters is like, well, you know, if you're a photographer, once you've got that filter on there, you can't do nothing with that video. No matter what you do in the software, it's there. But in software, you can add things like filters and things like that. And I just don't see the point of it on the drone, because you're moving that drone in different positions, up and down. If you're using a filter, you've got to keep it in a straight line or whatever. But when you're flying a drone, you're not flying in a straight line. You're flying at all different angles. And to me, I just don't see the point of a filter. But obviously, some people class themselves professionals, I suppose, that swear blind. Without a filter, you can't do the slow-mo and things like that. But really, guys, we're watching these videos on phones these days. We're not watching them on 50-inch televisions. Some of them are, but most people watch it on the phone. Anyway.
Good point, Shaun. Again, let me just speak for the filter people. Basically, the idea of an ND filter on video is that it corrects the frame rate or whatever. Like you can't, like, you know, you're supposed to shoot, like, if you say you shoot 30 frames per second or whatever, you should set the shutter speed to 60, but you can't do that because it'll be like too late. So if you put the filter on, that corrects that. And also it helps movement in the video. Like if you have cars or moving objects in video, they may move at an unnatural like speed or whatever without the filters on. But again, you know, I agree, they're not as necessary as a lot of people say they are, but they are somewhat useful. But let's get on to the bigger news. Man posted a bunch of links here. He posted an Amazon link, which may be for the Xeno, and then he says mid-October for the Xeno Pro. Banggood says so. Apparently, here he's at AliExpress has the Pro for $309.
I'm looking at that right now, and I do.
What was the Amazon link?
The Amazon link is for a set of goggles.
Oh, for the Anafi.
Yeah, and but of course, obviously, I'm kind of interested in the Hubsan Xeno Pro, and I'm not seeing it yet. But that doesn't mean that it's not there. I'll keep digging around here, Ron.
So, anyways, Gorilla Man, thanks for all those great links and posts. Wealth of information here. So, this is all very interesting. And I know, Shaun, you've been keeping your eye on the little Xeno, right? The progress of it, and it's a very affordable option to some of the more expensive DJI drones. Some of those DJI drones you can't even buy anymore here in the U.S. Marcus is keeping a running spreadsheet of the availability. Not only did we get the price increase here in the States because of the tariffs here. I don't know if Shaun has to deal with tariffs in Spain, but the prices went up, and then some of the stuff is just not available anymore. I sorry I segued off the Xeno Pro. I didn't mean to jump. If we have more to talk about in the Pro.
No, that's okay, Ron. I'm actually trying to dig through the website here to see if I can find that Pro at that price that GM is talking about. I have not found it yet. Gorilla Man, if you've got a link, post it. I'd sure like to see that.
Shaun, when you guys order stuff from China, do you have to pay a tremendous tariff in Spain for the stuff to come over?
Well, we don't usually order anything from China. I mean, it seems that the US get far better deals than obviously Europe does. And anything that we order from, be it through Amazon or whatever, it comes up with the US equivalent to euros, and then suddenly they add the tax on it. And then when you add the tax onto it, it's not a lot of difference between, something they've already heavily taxed it. That's what's so annoying, why you can't buy a drone from, obviously I know you've got to pay for shipping, but then to put an import tax on it as well. And that's why I tend to buy most of my stuff from the UK now. That seems to be still cheaper than if I buy it from Spain. Why, I don't know, but I don't pay no import tax from the UK, but obviously it's out EU, I suppose.
For
But
a
yeah,
while.
we'll win it one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. The other thing I think with China is it's a bit of a long wait, isn't it?
Well, it is. No. So you nailed it, Shaun. That's exactly right. When you order from any of those Chinese sites, you better be patient because it could be anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months, and there are situations that you may never get it. They just will just never ship, and 3 months later you ask for a refund. They take your money. They have no problem hanging on to your money, but. The thing is, what you're describing is what we're starting to find out in the U.S. now with tariffs. It's almost the same thing as a value-added tax. They're adding a tariff onto these products. That money goes to the government, so obviously the products are more expensive. So it's kind of turning out to be kind of a similar thing. And I don't know if that's going to be a permanent part of our world now or if it'll change, but it's going to drastically change how we buy things in this country.
And it's just all to do with obviously what's going on between America and China about their imports and exports, where they're taxing each other, and obviously it's starting to affect the markets now, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think tariffs went into like a 15% tariff on certain items went into effect September 1st, and there's another round going into effect on December 1st. And I know this round included cameras and obviously drones. I guess drones are considered cameras if they have a camera on them, which most drones do. So I don't know what the second round in December will cover, but again, I'm no expert on tariffs or the economy or whatever, so I hate to make any comments or whatever on it, but it doesn't seem to be helping the American consumer at all. But again, I'm by far no expert on tariffs or the economy.
Yeah, not getting political at all. I mean, it's just what we see. I mean, in fact, if you want, Ron, I can bring up that spreadsheet that I made right now.
Your DJI one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Shaun, were you aware that DJI's website was basically more items are out of stock than in stock? It's like going to the store where the shelves are empty.
My new drone that I bought, I did look on DJI to see how things are going. And like you said, I have noticed that one week they're selling Sparks again. And then they was even selling at one point at the beginning of the year, they were still selling the Phantom 3 standards, even though they said they'd stopped producing them well over a year ago. And then suddenly they were back on, and now they're taking them back off. So I don't know.
Did someone say Spark?
That's Spark.
Yeah, that is a Spark. Ron was one of the original Sparkers.
Yeah.
Okay, here I'm going to throw this. I'm going to throw this spreadsheet up there. Let me know when you can see it.
Okay, let me bring it on screen with us here. Screen share. Let me do my magic here that I do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Application window. I got to prove it. Hold on. I'm messing up here. Sorry. We need our IT guy here. There we go. Look at that.
It's there.
The guy had the day off, Shaun.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so what we're looking at on this spreadsheet is at the very top there. If you look at the Mavic 2 Zoom, it from August to September, it went up $190. So if you're going to buy one off of DJI's website, you're going to pay $190 more today than you did yesterday. The Zoom with the smart controller is even more so at $250 increase. But also take into account that none of those are available. You cannot buy a Mavic 2 Zoom directly from DJI right now. Now, since they have them on their website, I'm sure that'll change. I mean, who knows? They're probably making more. I don't know. Interestingly enough, now the Mavic 2 is more available. You can get a Mavic 2 now, but it's gone up $230. A Mavic 2 Pro, it's gone up $230. If you get it with the smart controller, as of September 1st, you're going to pay $300 more than you did on August 31st.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some interesting changes, and the refurb is no longer available. But of course, any of that stuff could change at any time. And in fact, I didn't look at all this today, so even some of this could have changed today. The Mavic Pro Platinum is an interesting one. So that, I think, is a drone that probably didn't sell as well as they thought. So they have a lot of them. They had refurbs for a long time for $729. They're out of them now. That, to me, was just a steal. That was a heck of a buy. But they have increased the price, or excuse me, they left the price right where it was at. So $1,000 for a Platinum and $1,300 for the Fly More combo. And the Mavic Pro, you can still buy as a refurb, the original Mavic Pro, for $799, which sounds like a pretty good buy to me if you're looking for a drone with obstacle avoidance and 4K video, etc. Then the Mavic Air. This one is interesting too. So they really raised the price on it. It's gone from $799 up to $919, went up $120. And then what's odd is the Fly More combo, they did not change the price on it. It was $999, it's still $999. For another $80, I don't know why you would not buy the Fly More combo and that.
Yeah, well, unless you already bought it for $539 at Walmart in July.
When Walmart had it was Target, I think, that had
Target. Sorry, Target. You're correct.
But still, you can buy a refurb Mavic Air for $639.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which I don't know why, if you wanted a Mavic Air. Well, let me say this. If you're looking for a 4K DJI drone at a reasonable price, that Mavic Air as a refurb is probably a pretty good deal. It's probably the one you would want to jump on. And in my experience with DJI refurbs, I've only bought one, but it was just like new. So,
and the Mavic Air is more like the drones we talk about. It has just a Wi-Fi connection, so it limits its range somewhat compared to the higher end DJI drones. But otherwise, I think it has a slightly better camera than the Mavic Pro Classic.
The original Pro, it does. Yeah.
It just doesn't have the flight range, and it doesn't have the battery life for the flight range.
Yeah,
but how far do you need to fly is what I would say about that.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't the Mavic Air, just trying to think now, isn't it digitally enhanced, the gimbal now?
No. So it's a three mechanical.
I know the Spark's only got two, but I thought the Mavic Air also had some sort of.
No, it's a three-way mechanical gimbal, Shaun.
Three-way. Okay.
Yeah. Now the Anafi, it only has a 2-axis manual gimbal, and the third axis is digital image stabilization. But the little Air has a true 3-axis gimbal, so that's an advantage it has over this Parrot, of course, at a higher price point.
Right. So then that takes us down to our friend the Spark, which another interesting thing. It's been completely as a new drone. It's not even on the website anymore. In the news section, you can go to the Spark section, and it'll have some accessories, but no drones. Now, if you go to the refurb section, it's still there. However, they're unavailable.
Did I hear someone say Spark again?
He did.
This one's available.
Yeah, well, there might be, if they come out with a new drone, there might be a lot of them available. But so then the Mavic 4 Pro V2.0 is an interesting drone, and because I know that a lot of commercial flyers like that drone for various reasons, for mapping and other things.
You mean the Phantom?
What did I say? Yeah, Phantom is what I meant.
Mavic, yeah.
A Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 is what I meant to say. And so they raised the prices and look pretty significantly. If you get with the screen, it's $400, and just the regular one is increased by $230. So that leads me to believe, since they changed the price, that they're probably going to reintroduce that drone, although it is unavailable right now. And then the rest of the Phantoms, they're still on the refurb website. The Phantom 4 Advanced is still on the new website. None of them are available, and none of those other drones changed in price. So that may be more information than you wanted.
Well, the 600-pound gorilla in the room is, why does a company successful as DJI have more drones unavailable than available? I mean, that would be like going into your local store and all the shelves are empty.
So that's exactly right. And this spreadsheet really, you look at all the red on there as opposed to the green. I don't know what to say. It
looks like a going out business sale or something.
It almost appears that way. Yeah. And of course, some people are speculating that DJI is going to get out of the drone business. I don't believe that for a minute. It's what made their company. But, that people are saying that. That's all I'm.
Well, maybe the three of us should pull our money together and buy DJI.
Yeah, I've got a couple of quid.
We could buy, and we could make Shaun the like the CEO.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
And Marcus and I would be the vice presidents or something like that, and we would all get free samples.
Leverage buyout.
Yeah, leverage buyout.
Yeah. Well, so Ron, you started that. Tell us what you know about some potential competitors, i.e., a domestic U.S. company.
Well, I mean, Skydio reached out to me. I guess last week they sent me like a unlisted YouTube video of the flight footage from the new Skydio drone, and I responded to them, and they responded back to me, asking me for my information, my my YouTube page, all my websites and whatever, with me possibly doing some kind of a review or promotion for them. I mean, I never heard back from them, but to get more in particular, Skydio is a company. They released a drone more than a year ago, and Casey Neistat reviewed it among others. And the drone, it was basically, it didn't have a controller. It had this great obstacle avoidance, and it could follow you around and avoid trees and objects and so on. And it cost a lot of money. It was like $3,000, but it looked like had a lot of high tech. So recently, we've heard rumors that they're going to come out with a more traditional drone, maybe a Mavic 2 competitor. Now, these are all rumors, unconfirmed, no inside sources or anything like that. Just stuff you read on the internet from people that may not know what they're talking about. But I mean, they definitely are promoting video from a new product. So I mean, that's from themselves and whatever. So something's coming up. But Shaun, were you familiar with the Skydio drone from last year? No, it wasn't very successful. It said it cost a lot of money, and it didn't have a controller.
No, I mean, last year I did my drone news, and there was obviously a lot of these funding sites that were coming up with some fantastic drones that were never going to take off. A lot of people put crowdfunding sites on it. They were putting a lot of money into these drones, and none of them really materialized, which is such a shame, really, because there is a lot of clever people out there that can design these drones. And it's a shame that all we got left really is DJI,
Parrot,
Unique, I suppose, is still going, but they haven't really brought out a good drone lately. You got the Auto?
Autel Evo.
But they've only got how many drones have they bought out? It is a good drone.
They got one. They ship one drone now, the Evo. That's the only. They have an older drone.
How long has that the last drone. The 3DR Solo was the same, wasn't it? Brought out a fantastic drone at the beginning. It never went anywhere, did it? It just, a lot of people bought it, and it's just.
Yeah, I mean, the problem was it, it came out around the same time as the Phantom 4. And, I don't want to, a lot of people love the 3DR Solo. I have one. I don't want to slam it, but, you had to put a GoPro on it, didn't have a built-in camera, and it was very expensive. And, the Phantom 4 basically just sold better. And the 3R didn't have the money to do anything else. They basically sold a lot of their international property, the DJI actually.
With GoPro, that they was going to bring out the armor for. There seemed to be a lot of rumors going around, and now suddenly that's just gone quiet.
Yeah, I mean, they said they came out with that Karma at the same time the Mavic Pro did, and of course they had a issue where they were falling out of the sky, and they did get that fixed, but they missed the boat. It was, by the time they got it out and it was fixed, it was too late. The Mavic Pro was going, selling very successfully, and the Karma was a lot of money considering that you had to have this, GoPro Hero, I don't know, 5 to fly it with. So, it just didn't really catch on. There were rumors that they were going to do another drone, but I don't know anything. I have no inside information, but I don't think that'll happen. But I do have breaking news today, though, gentlemen. Unique. They had a drone called the Manus. It was a smaller drone, like a Nafi size. It was about a $500 drone, but it did not have a mechanical gimbal in it. So you got the shaky video from the toy drone quality, where just today, it looks like they released a new model, the Manus Q. It has some letter on it, and it looks like it has a gimbal now. I don't know whether it's a 2 or 3 mechanical axis gimbal, but either one makes it a competitor in the affordable drone category now if it has smooth video, because again, this is 2019. Nobody wants shaky video anymore. I mean, nobody wanted shaky video a few years ago, but it's shaky video, unstabilized video is totally unacceptable these days. Would you guys agree?
Yeah. I think even with Parrot, they do more stuff for the business than they do the consumer. But it's nice to see that Parrot is still keep bringing out a new type of drone. And obviously they're still progressing, which is good to see, isn't it? I mean, that's the thing. As long as they keep bringing something new out, be it a camera or goggles, that they're still moving forward, other than just keep doing.
We talk about the affordable drone market. I mean, like, the Parrots. It's not the drone that the Mavic 2 Pro or Zoom is, but it's an affordable drone. You can generally pick these things up even new for around $600. That's less than half the price of the Mavic 2. And again, they're not as good, but I mean, they take 4K video, they have stabilized video. This is all the drones some people need. Not everybody needs the best drone on the market. So it's nice that somebody doesn't mind just taking that affordable, middle ground or whatever, and produce a good product that's going to satisfy a lot of people.
Well, to your point, Ron, and Shaun, both of you, it's good that I want to support Parrot, because like Shaun said, they're one of the few remaining competitors. And I almost hesitate to even call Autel a competitor now, because like what you said, Shaun, they've got one drone. Well, I suppose the same thing could be said for Parrot, although they still have those Bebop drones that
right.
are supposed to be pretty good.
They don't make them, but you can still buy them, yeah. But back to the Evo for a second. They only make one drone, but it's a heck of a good drone. I mean,
it's a great product, yeah.
If the Mavic 2 didn't exist, the Evo may be the top foldable drone on the market that you can actually buy.
Probably would be.
In stock, yeah. So, I mean, their one drone is a heck of a drone. I don't own one, but a lot of people do. We've had a lot of people in the show that own them, and they're highly thought of.
So, Ron, are you throwing shade on my Femi X8 SE?
Ooh. Well, again, I won't, because the Evo costs twice as much.
It does.
More than twice as much.
So let me segue into, anybody that is looking to buy a drone that's on the fence. At least I'm going to speak for the US. The time to buy is now, because you can still get some of these drones at a pretty good deal. That FEMI X8, I saw it on sale at Banggood for $409. That's a lot of drone for $400. You know, and it's got some issues here and there, but it still is takes good quality video, and it's a very powerful portable folding drone for $400. Holy cow, that's pretty tough to turn that one down. And I suspect with all these tariffs and all the stuff going on, you'll never see those drones that cheap again.
Well, I want to segue into that. Shaun has done a tremendous series of video training videos using the the Phantom 3 standard, and in the U.S. you could go on Facebook Marketplace, among any other typical sites. You could easily pick up a Phantom 3 standard for under $300 used. You know, good condition used. So if you could do that, that makes that one of the best affordable drones on the market. If you can get a Phantom 3 standard for under $300, maybe with a second battery or whatever, would you agree, Shaun, that that's a very affordable and still?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking what, 4 years old now that drone is. The app has had a couple issues, but obviously they're not updating the app anymore now. But I've had no problems with it. Obviously, I've also used the Litchi app on it as well. But for a photography drone, I still think it takes a brilliant video and photograph. And for that price, you know, when you think when it first came out, it cost us nearly £700. So what we're talking, $900 then, I suppose. But for a drone, still in this day and age, I know the only thing wrong with it, it's not small. It's quite a big drone, so you need a backpack. But other than that, for a learner drone, you know, and comparing it with the budget drones that are out at the moment, okay, so the budget drones have got 4K, but the standard is a 2.7K. I never use a 2.7K anyway. I'm still a 1080 man. But
a lot of drone users in the US are 1080p man also, Shaun, because their computers.
Yeah.
Of course, by the process all
it killed my computer, but yeah, you know. But yeah, it's a shame really DJI didn't do I don't know, still make them really. It just feels a shame that DJI, I know they got a progress, but I can't see why they still couldn't produce those. And I'm surprised that, you know, with the Mavics, they didn't bring out a budget Mavic, you know, like the Mavic standard, because there was talk about that at the beginning.
Right.
That when they brought the Pro out, they said there was going to be a standard, and then obviously it was just a rumor, I suppose, and then they moved ahead with what they got now.
Well, I mean, in the U.S., if you want to shop around on, you know, for, used drones, like Facebook Marketplace, and there's other such sites, whatever, you could probably pick up a Phantom 4, a Phantom 4 standard for about what, $500.
Yeah.
Which is, of course,
so that's what your point, Ron. That's exactly what I did. I bought a Phantom 4, just the original Phantom 4 with 2 batteries. I found it on eBay for $500 shipped. Or no, it's $510. $510 shipped to my door. Wow, you know, that's a lot of drone for $500.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's an option compared to these, you know, the we'll call them the China drones. I mean, the DJIs come from China too, but it like you know, as good as a FEMI X8 is, and I know the camera has a better bit rate than you would find on the Phantom 4, or actually, if you took the Phantom 3 Professional, that has 4K 30. The FEMI would have, you know, a better bit rate and everything like that, but you know, of course, it doesn't have the light bridge, so it wouldn't have the transmission signal that the DJI drones would have. Well, I mean, the Phantom 3 standard only has Wi-Fi, correct, Shaun?
Yeah. It's Wi-Fi based drone, yeah.
But the Phantom 3 Advanced and the Phantom 3 Pro have light bridge, I believe.
Yeah.
They can go, you know, whatever, a couple miles away and still maintain a strong signal. You have a Phantom 3 Advanced also, correct, Shaun?
Yeah. That's what That's what I usually fly until I bought my new drone.
He's giving us a teaser there or whatever.
He's being cryptic. Hey, let me expand on what you just said, Ron. So if we're looking at even the Phantom 3 standard at 1080p or 2.7, the video quality is really good. Look at my last video that I did with the FIMI X8. It was cloudy that day, so I set the white balance on cloudy day. The video, quite frankly, to me, had a kind of a yellow tinge to it and didn't look as crisp as I would otherwise like it to be. Your Phantom 3 standard, I'm just telling you, the video would look better than what that looked on that. Although I did go out almost 2 miles with it. So if we're talking about range, that thing really...
Yeah, I mean, that last video you did, Margaret, I thought was pretty amazing. I didn't really notice the colour twinge to it. I thought it was a really good picture. And also the distance for a budget drone like that, going out like that distance, and that was pretty amazing. And I'm right in thinking the horizon was dead on as well, wasn't it?
Good. So yeah, so I'm not don't misunderstand, I'm not knocking the drone. I just, as I started looking at that video, I was a little disappointed in the quality of it. And what I know about DJI is that just wouldn't happen. That white balance, wherever you set it, would work perfectly, etc. And Gorilla Man is asking us if we would.
Marcus has a question. Well, this is a question of Marcus, since he's the only one in the panel that owns both these drones. So we're going to Marcus to take all the heat.
Yeah, I will, and I'll happily take all the
whatever
heat.
He says, he'll get half the people mad at him, and half of them will like him or whatever. So you can't win on whatever he says here.
I'm having fun with that X8, but I would take the Anafi 10 times more than I would take that X8. That Anafi is a far more refined product than
Anafi.
Yeah. Anyway, so who knows? Some of the FIMI fanboys might get mad at me. I love my FIMI X8, but I would take that Anafi any day.
And I think, I don't have the FIMI X8. I just watched all Marcus's videos. So I'm an expert from watching Marcus's videos. But, I think if you're more interested in just flying a drone, just the sensation of flying, maybe the X8 is for you.
Okay, so that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, Ron.
Like if video is only secondary to you just want an experience of flying around real fast, the X8 may be the one. But if you're more of a camera guy, and the flying, all you care about the flying is just getting it back and forth or whatever. I think the Anafi, it has, I don't know how the bit rate compares to the the X8 or whatever, but it's 21 megapixel. It only has a 2-axis gimbal, but the camera settings in this are just as advanced, maybe even more advanced than some of the DJI drones.
The FIMI X8, I've had about top speed. I've had it in sport mode at about 42 miles an hour. If you're wanting to get out someplace to look at something, it's just like the Mavic 2. It will haul the mail and it'll get out there quick. Anyway.
I'll just put my foot in there. Now, obviously, I've been watching you two guys with the Anafi, and I was getting more and more convinced that I was going to buy it, and I didn't in the end. But
that's a clue.
We thought that's what you went to France for.
No, I mean, what convinced me really was that camera on the Anafi where it goes upwards. But when I've been looking at people's videos, I haven't seen anybody use it that way.
Use it.
Yeah, I haven't found a use case.
No, I used it. That's one of my points of, well, what's the point of buying it? Because that to me was a selling point of that drone, was that camera going upwards. But actually, there's not much. I haven't seen any footage hardly at all where that's actually been used, other than their demo video where they went under the bridge.
Let me tell you, Shaun, where I was really glad to have it one time. So I was making a video with the Anafi. My battery ran out in my Canon M50. I set the Anafi on the table and I pointed that camera up so it was looking at my face, and I was able to do my conclusion with the video on the Anafi. That's it.
Expensive way of doing it, but
yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, I think the other thing was with all these drones, there's all these different modes which are very useful, but I think you two guys will probably admit that as well. That once you start flying these drones, the end of it, you just want to fly the drone. You don't want to put it into orbit because you're just wasting power all the time. And I think sometimes, even with DJI, they put all these modes in, and once you use them a couple of times, and then you never use them after that. You just want to fly that drone around and up and down. Yeah.
Mark is a bigger user than the features than I am. Again, I totally agree with you, Shaun. Lots of times I'll take a DJI drone out and I won't use any smart features at all. My biggest smart feature is putting it into what do you call it, tripod mode, where it's real steady or whatever. But I mean, I hardly ever use the orbits and all the stuff. I mean, I do like using the Litchi app for the waypoints.
Yeah.
That. And Shaun has an excellent series of videos on his channel where he does tutorials on how to use the Litchi app. So check them out if you're interested in the Litchi. It's a great app, especially for flying older drones like the Spark and the Phantom 3 and so on like that.
So, you guys are both pretty talented pilots. I've seen your work. You guys are both pretty talented. When you're a hack like me, you got to have those intelligent flight modes. It's the only way I can get smooth flight.
No, I don't believe that. It's good now, Marcus. You've been flying a few years now.
Now that he's got that aviator stick, he could fly like an astronaut.
Oh God. Yeah.
How is that? Have you given up on that stick now? Or you still persevering with that?
Shaun, watch your mailbox and maybe arriving in anyway now.
Yeah. God, that was $350 that I probably could have used for something else. It's an interesting concept, and let me explain to you why I wanted it and why I ordered it, and that is because of what they describe as cross coupling. That has been a bugaboo for me as a pilot, where with the sticks, let's say for instance, I'm doing a droney and I'm going back and up, so I'll push that up stick, and man, it just seems like almost always I'll have it a little bit to one side or the other, and I'll do an unintended yaw. Or for that matter, with the other stick, I'll do a roll one way or the other. When I want to just go straight forward, I'll accidentally just put it into a little bit of a roll. So with that joystick, you cannot do that. If you push that stick all the way forward, you're going forward. It eliminates cross coupling. And so that was the attraction for me. I thought that would be something that would help me. The reality is that's about the only thing that it does better than your regular controller. And it's also another piece of equipment. And if you saw those videos where I had everything hooked up, it's just a pain. And you're not going to, if you have to go to all that trouble to fly every time, there's just times that you just probably wouldn't fly. So, and there was some other control issues. So like if you turn the speed up, the yaw control was really abrupt. You twisted the joystick to yaw, which I kind of like, but if you had it in a higher speed, man, you would barely turn that stick and boy, the drone would whip around, and there's no adjustability in there for that. It also, when you're in that app that they provide with it, it eliminates any of the other intelligent flight modes. So for instance, if you wanted to do a waypoint mission, you couldn't do it in that app that comes with the Fluidity app that comes with that joystick. So those are just things that probably would, downside. If you were somebody that was disabled and you only had the use of one lane,
I think that's what it's
for that.
Yeah, painful for a one-armed person.
Right.
That's fantastic, but for a market, for all of us, I mean, I just couldn't say how I would use it really, because you would need your one hand to, or like we did try to do it with the tripod, wasn't it? But
I tried it both ways, and you're right. It's just a little bit awkward. There were some flight modes where it just was awkward trying to hold it and twist the joystick. Maybe you would get used to it. I don't know. I probably never will. I'll put it to you that way.
And the other use case scenario for it, if somebody had never ever flown a drone before, never used a standard controller, it may be easier for them because they don't have to learn, well, this is the, up and down, this is the, throttle over here, because you would just grab it and, you wouldn't have to learn as much stuff. But, people like us have been flying for a couple of years. We know how to use the stick. So,
well, I mean, everybody in it, from youngsters up to us, we've always, with the gaming machines, it's the two hands, isn't it?
Right.
Especially for the kids who racing drones and things like that, it's second nature to do that. But to use this one, it's a learning curve for that, I would say. It would take a lot. Whereas the old fingers is,
Let me tell you this, Shaun. If you could buy that just as a controller and it still ran on the DJI app and you didn't have to hook it up to anything else, that was all you needed to control the drone, it might be and you could adjust all those parameters on it, the yaw rate, all of that stuff. It might be, I would have been far happier with it. And it may be an easier way to control a drone. But as it sits right now, it's just not.
So what you're saying is, wait for Aviator 2.
Yeah, if there is one, or if DJI buys them out, and I don't know. Who knows? Yeah,
right.
And I really wanted to, like it, but it just didn't. For me, at least, it just didn't work out.
You can't win them all, is what they used to say.
Yeah.
It happens, doesn't it? So somebody's got to try it out, and thankfully Marcus tried it out.
You say Shaun I a lot of money.
So I ain't buying it.
There you go. Hey, Shaun, I got a question for you. Let's change the subject here a little bit. So I used to really enjoy the adventures that you and Digger 360, Steve Dennett, would do. Are we going to see any of those coming up here?
No.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm just saying that. Did you remember?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Two fans.
Me and Steve. Yeah, I think what it is now. Me and Steve sort of got to our stage. Steve's going out. He's gone back to his fishing. Steve is a big fishing man.
Right.
It's in Spain. To go fishing in Spain is just ridiculous. You have to have an insurance, and you have to have a license, and you can only fish. This is the bizarre thing, in certain places around the lake. You can't just turn up at a lake and just plonk yourself there. They've got certain places for you to fish, and that license can only license you to certain lakes. It's just a bureaucracy gone mad here. And Steve is a big fishing person. He's caught some amazing carp. He went out the other week and he caught his first carp. It's only a little one, but he said, I don't know if you saw his picture.
Yeah,
he was happy as anything, and that's what he's going. He's going his way now. He's going to be doing fishing videos with the drone, and obviously, but we're still doing the Spanish drone seekers. We're going out next week. We're going to a castle, and then the end of the month, because we get quite a few guys from the UK come over, and we're going to have 4 Steves. We got Steve the taxi driver, Steve Burger King, Steve Digger, and there's another Steve. I don't think the other Steve's got another name. We got 4 Steves, a Shaun, a Jackie will be there, We got a Robin now. Yeah, and Terry. That's it.
Terry.
Yeah. Terry's the one that has the chair and he's the goggles.
Yeah.
I like Terry. Yep.
He's got a friend Steve. They sit down. They got the old DJI goggles on.
They sit there and they got the nice chairs and the goggles. They got the setup. I always admire those guys.
I think what they're catching on with now, because Steve, you know that they got the 360 cameras, and Jackie, she's got a 360 camera, and she hanged it from a Spark, but it didn't go very well because it's on a piece of string. It was just spinning round. But Terry, I bought a 360 camera. I didn't like it. It's just too much hassle for me because you have to use different software. Right. But I've sold it to Terry, and Terry's got an attachment on top of his Mavic 2 now. So there'll be some good footage coming out soon from Terry. And I saw on one of the drone channels, they got a 3D camera on the drone. And it was $500.
Yeah, the Air one. I wonder what that's going to be.
The new Up Air has all those cameras on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a quite a big camera. And the drone looks a little bit bigger than the Phantom, but
right.
That'd be interesting to see if.
I know our good friend Brian Singleton over at True Drone Reviews. He reviewed the Up Air, the first Up Air, and which to say it's not his favorite drone. So hopefully the new one's much improved. Yeah, when Brian doesn't like a drone, he calls it a turd. Speaking of Brian Singleton, shameless promotion here on the Drone Exchange program. He sent me a new drone out. This is the Flying Man drone. He's done a couple videos on his channel reviewing it. He even did one outside at the basketball court.
I can see Ron's face inside that little guy out there on the front of that.
We're going to unboxed here maybe later on today and maybe get some flights going on. So thank you, Brian, for sending the Flying Man out. He always sends something interesting in the mail. He only lives in Pittsburgh, and he says it's not that far from me. So shipping's, kind of affordable. We send stuff back and forth. So anyhow, look for that coming up on the channel shortly. But yeah, I'd be interested in somebody that has a review of the drone Shaun talks about. I think it's RC Drone Camps. He's in.
Yeah, Drone Camp.
Drone Camp. Yeah.
Did you guys watch that? So the 3D sounds to me like it's just the view that you get if you're flying at FPV. I don't think it actually takes 3D video. That's
no, I think
that's what I understood.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I was watching the video and he was saying it was blowing a gale, but the trees weren't moving.
I know.
Yeah, so I don't want to knock his channel, but I did wonder, okay, so you've been given this drone, you've got to give it a good review. So it'd be interesting to see any more channels. Marcus, you can get that drone, that 3D.
Well, guess what? Marcus already has a 360 drone he reviewed. I sent him, Brian Singleton sent it to me. It's the JJRC Rocket. And Marcus, he needs to do his review on it. It's a 360-degree drone.
So Brian sent this to Ron, and then Ron did his video, and then Ron sent it to me. So
Drone Exchange.
Yeah, it gets passed around.
It's a shame mail to Spain wasn't cheaper. We could get you in this Drone Exchange, but for us to ship to Spain, it would be more postage than the drone.
It would cost you a fortune.
It costs more than the drone. We might as well just PayPal you the money and have you buy it.
Yeah. Hey, well, I was going to say before we get to stray too far away from the Spanish drone seekers, I want to promote Jackie's channel. I mean, I am always just shocked that she doesn't have more subscribers. She has some of the most entertaining drone videos you will ever see anywhere.
She's a good editor.
She is an unbelievable editor. She's got a great sense of humor, and she's got a kind of a sense of style too. Her videos are always pretty stylish. So
if we got anything dangerous to do, like go up rickety old ladders and over the side of a cliff, Jackie's the one for that. She'd do it. She ain't scared of nothing, except she was scared of flying.
Yeah, at the airport. Yeah.
You know the one where we went in the airplane?
Yeah.
She wouldn't go in that. No, touching that. But anything else, over a cliff, she'd do it.
I was impressed when you were up there, like in the co-pilot seat, Shaun.
Yeah, that was an amazing day. That was. I had to get a step ladder to get up in there because I couldn't get in. I couldn't climb up into the plane.
Knee, right? You have that gimpy knee.
Yeah. I got a hippie knee. I went to another airplane place just down the road from that one, and it was a 2-seater, and I just couldn't get into the cockpit there, and because obviously health and safety, if I had to get out quickly, I wouldn't be able to get out. But thankfully, that plane that we went into was a 4-seater, but there's a lot of room in there. So yeah, that was great, a great day for us. Drones and planes.
Well, when Marcus and I make it over there to Spain, we're going to have to go out with you guys on a drone seeker adventure.
Yeah.
So I was going to put the link to Jackie's channel in the chat here, but I don't have the authority to do so. I don't have the Blue Ranch. So.
Oh, really? Well, you have to. For me to do, you'd have to make a comment in the comment thing.
Okay.
Make any type of comment you want, and I'll rent you up.
Got it.
So as we wait here for the technical stuff here.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see here. There you go.
Okay.
Now you're a super duper moderator. He's a man of many powers now.
Yeah, I got the blue. I'm highlighted blue.
While Marcus is working away here in this, I want to segue to Shaun's other channel. People may not know he has another channel called the Expat in Mazarin, and Mazarin is the town Shaun lives in. Correct?
Yeah. I don't actually live in the town, but I live on the outskirts of it. Yeah.
Outskirts. And what this channel is all about, Shaun kind of documents what it's like moving from England and then to Spain and discovering, a lot of the local spots. And a favorite video of mine was when he took a road trip with his wife, and it was a child along with you too, right?
My grandson would love you to say that. Yeah. We took Bonnie, my grandson. We went up to France to visit my other son, who lives in Lyon.
How many kilometers is that away? Or
it's about 1,000 miles. So we're talking 2,000 kilometers, I suppose.
Okay, so it was a long trip, and
we went up and did it in 2 days, but on the way back we just did it in 1 day. But yeah. It was we're going to later on this year. We got to go up to Germany. I think it's Bulgaria. I don't know, something like that. We're going to fly up this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the car trip, you documented it all with your Osmo Pocket. Is that correct?
Yeah, guys, if you haven't got that Osmo Pocket yet, you want to get it. A fantastic little gadget that DJI, they're fantastic at drones, but that camera is amazing. I did the Campasol Fiesta that we did, and I just used that camera. You just put it in your pocket, take it out. And what I love about it, because I got the GoPro 7 Black, it doesn't hold the power, but that Osmo Pocket, I can put it away for a week, bring it back out. It's still got its power. Obviously, when you downloading your images, it's powering up. I've never really had to recharge it. And I walk around now without my tripod and using that Pocket. It's amazing. And for the price, you can't beat it, can you, really?
Yeah, they just reduced the price on that, at least in the U.S. You can buy that now for $329 or $319, something like that.
But
Is it your go-to camera now, Shaun?
The same.
Is it your go-to camera or your first choice? The Pocket?
Oh yeah, definitely the Pocket. Yeah. The GoPro. I mean, I've always used GoPros. What I like about a GoPro mainly is the color. I still think that you can't beat the color on a GoPro camera. But anything else, I mean, I like the hyperlapse on the GoPro. It's not too bad on the Osmo, but yeah, I was just going to mention to Marcus because he's bought that new Osmo
Mobile 3.
Mobile 3.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
I'm telling you,
Honest opinion.
I'm going to use this more than I use the Pocket.
Yeah.
The only downside is, obviously you're using your mobile device, and so you can't be on the phone while you've got, but it is a phenomenal piece of equipment, and it's $119. I mean, man, if you look at the video that I did recently, where I was flying the Mavic 2 with the Crystal Sky monitor, this thing was tracking me, and as I was walking back and forth, I had my phone on there, and it just followed me all the way around. It's like a cameraman. I had it sitting on a tripod. And then as far as a gimbal, wow, holy cow. So you have this fantastic camera on your mobile, and this then allows you to get smooth video with it. And for me, Shaun, that big screen makes a big difference. I love my little Osmo Pocket, but I can't see that little frickin' screen on there. I struggle with that bad.
The only thing I can see wrong with it, you can't fit out in your pocket, can you?
No, you're absolutely right.
But this one folds up. The big thing over there, this one folds.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the Osmo 2. It's quite a big thing, isn't it?
Right.
But I like the way it folds up like that. That's really compact, but it's still not a fit in your pocket thing, is it?
No, you're correct.
But it's a cheaper option if you own like a late model iPhone or Android phone. Like Marcus and I both have new iPhones. The camera on these things is on par with the Pocket or the Hero 7 or whatever, just as good. So you already own this anyway. So all you have to do is get a $119 gimbal rather than buy a $300 and some dollar.
I mean, I wouldn't get this type of phone, guys. This Chinese company.
Is that Huawei or?
Yeah.
They don't like them in the U.S. They say they're spy phones.
Oh God, yeah.
Spy phones. They're sending all
the connection on it is
China.
You have to keep forcing the plug in to charge it now. Whereas I know with the iPhone and most other Android phones, you have no problem. But this, it gets fluff up inside there. And when I put it in the pocket, even though it's got a lock on it, it goes into all sorts. Yeah, I can quite believe they're spying on you.
Well, but then Shaun makes a good point. If you have a Huawei phone, it's better to have a Pocket than an Osmo 3. So Shaun makes a strong point.
Yeah.
But again, if you already have a late model iPhone, the camera on this thing is terrific, and it has all the functions, all your time lapses and so on here. So you hook it up to something like his Osmo 3, and you got yourself a nice affordable setup. Since you already purchased this already, this is only $19.
Got a little
plastic, Marcus.
What's that?
Is it all plastic?
It is, yeah. And it's just that simple to unfold it. And I mean, it's got a zoom button on the side here, which works. It'll zoom right in. And then a little kind of a joystick here for moving the gimbal around. And then of course you hit record, and then this is for functions. And then the trigger on the front, you can lock, say you're in one of the like follow modes. You hold that trigger down and it will lock on the subject. If you hit it 3 times real quick, it'll switch the camera around to the back-facing camera. So if you were doing a vlog, say for instance, you could switch from looking at you to looking ahead.
Yeah.
Well, of course you can do the same thing with the Pocket, but
let me ask you a question, Marcus. Go ahead, Shaun.
It's
Go ahead.
got a small screen that sometimes when I'm recording, it's not recording because you clicked it and you haven't seen that little light on, and that is annoying. It's pretty that it doesn't make a noise, so you could actually hear it.
What that happened to me, when Sarah and I were at the Grand Canyon, I took the pocket, and God, Shaun, times that I was doing like a panorama across that beautiful Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
and trying to take video, and I thought I was taking video, but no, I pressed the button once and it took one picture. I was just in the wrong mode.
Yeah.
And that thing is so small, I didn't see it.
Yeah. It's just it doesn't make a noise, isn't it? It just to give you an idea. Yeah.
The same thing happens to me in my Insta360 camera. I think I'm taking this great 360 video, and I get home, and all I did was take a picture. Marcus, let me ask you a quick question. If you were a larger man and you had a pair of cargo pants on, could that Osmo 3 mobile fit in the cargo pockets that a larger man would wear?
Hey, Ron, am I supposed to? How freaking big do you want me to be, brother?
What to say? I'm a man of about 6 feet tall and about 200 pounds.
Okay,
I'm a larger man in this story.
Oh, okay.
What? See, you got a hat, Marcus. You could put it in your hat, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But would they fit in cargo pockets?
It would, easy enough. I think cargo pants, it would fit perfectly in there. Yeah, absolutely.
And you know us older men love our loose fitting cargo pants.
Yeah, I love anything that's loose fitting because yeah. well, in fact, ordering the DroneSeeker shirts, so talking to Kev, so the only ones that I could get to fit me were the ones the t-shirts that were black, and I emailed Kev. I said, hey, can they make a 3X in the white t-shirts? He goes, no, we just don't make them that big in the UK.
Apparently, UK men aren't the size of American men. Huh? You guys don't eat like us, huh?
I can't believe that. I mean, there's some big people about. Yeah. But yeah, they only do a triple X now. I think it's the biggest they ever do. Was it? Yeah, it's triple X, isn't it?
Yeah. So the only place that I need 3X is around the middle.
Now, every time we do this show, I mean the order, and I always get confounded what Marcus just talked about. Now, I normally get an extra large T-shirt. Now, Marcus, should I order the extra large or should I order the 2X? Do they run a little small?
Oh, I don't think so. I think normal size, but
I should just get. Yeah. So I'm going to get an XLT, and I want to get one of those nice hoodies because in about another 6 weeks, it'll be getting chilly around here, and I'm going to need my DroneSeeker hoodies to film my outdoor videos this winter. But how soon, like if I order today, how soon could I expect this merchandise to arrive in the U.S.?
I can answer that.
Okay.
A couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks. So I would have them by the end of September.
Yeah.
I think Bernie's took them about a month for some reason, but yeah, usually it's a couple of weeks. I mean, and usually they'll send you a voucher. I think. Did you get a voucher?
I did. So one of them was a little late. I can't remember which shirt. What came a little bit late, and they sent me like a 10-pound voucher. I mean, man. The thing is, I didn't use it, but I should have. I didn't anyway.
I still don't understand why you lot get the sweets.
Yeah, we do. Well,
I've ordered quite a few from that company, and I've still never received a sweet.
No candy, huh? Well, shoot.
Frizzer, isn't it?
Yeah, you really got to shake the bag because then you don't want to throw it out. Yeah. So I think Ron's on there. He's online ordering right now.
I'm trying to bring the site up here, or whatever. Let's see here. DroneSeeker. Keep talking. I'm trying to get
DroneSeeker.eu.
Hold on. I think I got it. Hold on, guys. Let me. I got so many screens going on here. I can't figure out what's happening right now. But share screen. So,
Shaun, I wanted to do an opening video. I've still got 2 different shirts that are still in the package.
Yeah.
because I wanted to do
there we go.
Royal Mail video.
Can you guys see the hoodies and tees?
Yes.
Now, Shaun, you wear that white tee on the second row there a lot in your videos, I believe.
Say that again. Sorry.
You wear the white tee in the bottom row middle a lot. Is that correct?
Yeah. The bottom middle white one. Yeah.
That's the one I want to get then. I want to be just like Shaun Matthews. I got the hat already.
You two guys, even though you're in America, you're thousands of miles apart, aren't you still?
Oh, we're on opposite ends of the country.
Shaun, I may not be that much farther. I may be not. You may not be much farther away from me than Marcus is. I may be in the middle, like smack middle of you two.
Yeah. I'm just saying that it's a pity you guys couldn't start up a DroneSeeker's American chapter, because I've got what Kev did. Which one you got, Marcus? Didn't you? You got the DroneSeeker's American chapter. And Bernie, I don't know where his is going, because he was supposed to be starting up the Southern California, but that didn't go anywhere.
Well, I just need to just sell my house here and just move to Spain like Shaun and join the Spanish DroneSeekers. Once Shaun can find me a nice affordable little villa down there, I'll have to brush up on my Spanish.
Well, Ron, I'll bet you what you could sell your house in Margate for, you could probably buy about 10 villas in Spain.
Yeah, you'd probably get a lovely big mansion with a swimming pool. You imagine that, we're on a big swimming pool.
A little pool. Little air conditioner.
Yeah, air condition. Yeah.
And I can go out and all the adventures.
Helicopter pad, no doubt,
And I can go out and all these DroneSeeker adventures and bug the heck out of Shaun. He'll want to send me back to the U.S. on the next plane.
So I'm going to reveal a little known. I have a connection to Spain. My mother's family was from Spain, and in fact, fled Spain during the Spanish Civil War. They fled fascism, and my mother grew up. They went across to Morocco, and my mother grew up in French Morocco. But yeah, her family was they were all from Spain. And in fact, I think if I really pushed it, I think I could get a Spanish citizenship fairly easy, because they are offering for people, the next generation of people who had to flee Spain. I think it's a little easier to get citizenship. So I could be an EU citizen, just like Shaun.
I don't know what's that with this Brexit thing. I mean, one might be an immigrant.
Yeah. Hey, so that's a good question, Shaun. So you get a residence card, right?
Yeah.
So even if Brexit happened, you're still fine, right? You've got Spanish residency.
Yeah, I think the only thing obviously we're worrying about really is the healthcare. At the moment, because we're still EU citizens, we're entitled to the Spanish healthcare once we reach our pension age. But it sounds like with this Brexit, if there's going to be no deal, but me and the wife have already admitted that we're going to pay into the Spanish system anyway. There's no point in relying on the national health system for Spain. So we're going to pay into, it's only going to cost us, I don't know, maybe €300 a month, maybe at the most.
That's cheap.
Yeah. I mean, my brother lives in Germany, and most other European countries have to pay anyway. So it's not like it's anything new. I think what UK people have got to realise is the NHS is a fantastic service which they don't have to pay for. But yeah, looks with the Brexit, if it ever happens, because it must be a right laugh for you lot looking at our touring and swaying and
it's the same as you guys looking at our business over here too. It all seems like it's a big joke, doesn't it? I mean, on both sides.
Yeah.
We all liked your old Prime Minister Theresa May. We don't really know much about this new guy Johnson, except he's got kind of a crazy hairstyle.
He does look a bit like Trumpy, doesn't he?
He does. He got the same bad hair.
I reckon they're clones.
He clothes. There you go. Hey, so I want you guys to know I put links to Shaun's channel and also to the DroneSeeker's store.
Great. And I have the Expat Mazaron channel on the big screen now, Shaun.
You're too kind, guys. You're too kind.
Would you like to, before we close out, would you like to say anything more about the Expat? I mean, I kind of explained it, but I didn't explain it too well. Yeah. You break the channel down for our audience. Explain what it's all about.
But if you can see it, guys, at the moment I'm doing a daily vlog. If you're thinking about moving to Spain, but I'm only giving you an opinion of what I've seen, and I've had quite a few guys from America that want to move to Spain, but I can't vouch how it would work, because I know one thing, that you would need a visa to come into Spain, but depending on how much money you're going to bring, that's another big factor. I think I don't know why, but for anybody outside of Europe wanting to move to Spain, you have to have a bigger income. I don't think that's fair, but that seems to be the thing. But anyway, this is what the channel's about, really. It's about me living here in Spain and giving my point of view over what I've come up against. And also anybody else who's thinking about going out, I can just sort of tell them what I've been up through. To me, it's the best thing I've ever done. It is a big risk, because you just don't know. You sold everything. I sold everything in the UK and moved to Spain. But it was my ambition to do it, and it's worked, thankfully, and I'm here now, so I'm quite happy. And I can fly my drone every day if I want to, but I don't.
The best thing I like about there in the summer is those pop-up bars you go to.
Yeah, they're still up until the end of September on most of the beaches. You got your pop-up bars. Yeah,
we don't have pop-up bars here.
Not even. But sorry.
We go, we go to the Caribbean here in the winter, and there's always beach bars there, but they're not pop-up. They're there all the time.
All right. Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Caribbean?
No.
I meet a lot of people from the UK when I visit the Caribbean islands. I'm going to say half the travelers are from the US and the other half are from the UK. In fact, now I go to Neves a lot. It's a good friend there. She's from Leeds. Are you familiar with Leeds, England?
Yeah. Well, my daughter and my other son, they live up near Nottingham Way, which is just sort of not far from Leeds.
Okay.
Yeah, well spread out family I've got.
I would say, yeah, Germany, France, Leeds. That's an international family.
Yeah. Not saying all the other people that I've met around the world. Yeah. And that's what it's about. I mean, I did, like you two guys knew that one time both channels was all part of Expat and Mazaron, and then I split it up. And like I said last week, I got my 500 subscribers, which is fantastic. So it's coming along nicely, and I see both your channels are growing nicely as well, which is good to see. I think these live chats do the channels well, don't they? I think, because you're reaching all sorts of people here, aren't we?
I think it helps. Yeah. And I got to tell you, Shaun, I'm going to miss your live show every Sunday. That was I'm dead serious. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's just now, because I've got these both going now and doing this daily vlog at the moment. I thought the daily vlog would be quite easy, but it's I'm surprised how quick time goes, and trying to keep on top of my videos and going out. I went out today I went out to another golf resort today, and where I live.
What drone did you take?
Wait, what drone went with you?
I did, yeah. I did take my new drone, but I couldn't fly it, unfortunately, because most of these golf resorts are like, I wouldn't say they're like prison camps, because they got high security in the sense that there's a big fence around them. They got cameras everywhere. And I'd gone to this place, and it's another golf resort that they haven't finished, unfortunately. But I just started walking about, and a security car come whizzing over saying I can't walk over there. And then I went to a sales office to find out about some properties that they were building. I can't film that. And I thought, I can't get my drone out then. Because I've been caught before on a complex where I got my drone out, and the security are asking if I had permission. You can't always bluff it. So, yeah.
Darn
it. It's a bit pain sometimes. But, yeah.
Hey, so Shaun, is there a premiere date set for when you're going to unveil your new drone?
Yeah, this Friday on DroneSeekers, you'll see my new drone. I mean, when I say it's a new drone, it's not brand new drone, obviously.
New to you.
It's a new drone for me. Yeah.
So we're still very excited.
You guys probably might know it.
Well, you think we've heard of it?
Oh, I think you might have done. Yeah, I think you might have heard of it. Yeah.
Good.
I'm putting my money on the Mavic 2. It's either the Zoom or the Pro. That's where I'm putting my money on. Yeah. If I was a betting man.
Good betting man there. Yeah.
Is gambling legal in Spain?
Oh, Gibraltar is the main hub for all gambling. I mean, even though it's part of Britain, Spanish still claim it as theirs. But yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, lottery. The Spanish lottery is massive, but not as big as in the US. But it's a big winning. Yeah, gambling is a loud area. Yeah.
Okay, so if I come over, I can make a living here as a gambler.
No.
That's why I need to hit that big US Powerball lottery, and then I'm coming right to Spain.
Hey, so here's the thing, Shaun. Ron is saying that, and he lives about 5 miles from Atlantic City, New Jersey, where there's huge gambling casinos, and so I don't know. He wants to come to Spain to gamble. All right.
Well, if Shaun, if he's a professional gambler, maybe he can come over to Atlantic City. I could take him down to the tables, and he can work his magic with the cards or the wheel or whatever. And
my wife's not, I wouldn't say she's a gambler. She likes buying the lottery tickets, and I always say to her, "Satan's game." I don't believe in gambling at all. I just think it's, if you're gonna come in money, you'll come in money. If you want to waste your money on buying scratch cards, and that's up to you. I always tell her, but like she said, so if I win, then you don't want it. Oh yeah, of course, I'll have it then. But yeah,
I was gonna say, Shaun changes tune if she hits like a nice big fat lottery ticket.
I would love her to bits. Yeah.
I always tell people when I'm in Las Vegas, I on the strip there, you look at all these just fantastic resorts, and you got the Eiffel Tower over there, you got New York over there, you got a big pyramid over there. I always tell people, you know what? It wasn't winners that built all that stuff. It was a whole bunch of losers.
Very true. In fact, that's my thing of gambling. I'm smart enough to know the odds are stacked way against me, that my chances of winning these games are very small. So I choose just to keep my money in my pocket.
You spend your money on drones. I know you, Ron.
Yeah, that's what we do. Spend it on drones.
Right. You can't go wrong with a drone. There's no such thing as a bad drone, right?
Well, I don't know if I'll go that far, but yeah, close enough.
So I think we've covered a lot of ground here. Either Shaun or Marcus, if there's any topics that we haven't discussed yet that you'd like to bring up, or is there anything you'd like to promote that's going on your channels or your Facebook groups or your Instagrams or whatever you have, why don't you go ahead and bring it up, and then we'll try to close this out.
Well, I'll start then with my closing statement. So I've got another Xeno video that I'm getting ready to drop here in just a little bit. Beyond that, I'm going to probably mess around with the Xeno a little more, as well as the FIMI X8. Definitely, I'll make some videos checking out some of those new features on the Parrot and Offie. And yeah, gosh, I guess that's about it. Hopefully that Xeno Pro, I get that figured out. I'll probably get my money back from geekbuying.com and see if I can find someplace else to buy that thing. So
Hups's Choice just joined us and was asked if anyone's purchasing the Xeno Pro.
It is my intention to do so. I'll put it that way.
And for all we know, that's Shaun's drone that he's going to reveal on Friday. He may be an early beta tester of the Xeno Pro. He was probably sent one for review.
I did ask a week ago if Xeno was watching me, that I'll be quite happy to review their drone and give an honest review. But I haven't heard nothing from Xeno yet, so I'll just carry on waiting. No doubt somebody else out there, another drone company that might want to plug their drone. Well, I'll keep on waiting.
Perfect.
Anyway, don't forget, guys, if you want to join a great group, DroneSeekers is for you. And it'd be fantastic if any of you guys in the US that want to form up a DroneSeeker group. We've got Kev who can design. You can't see the wall, but I've got a wall of DroneSeeker groups, mainly from the UK. We've got Marcus. Marcus has only got himself from the DroneSeeker American chapter.
I think
so if there's anybody from Idaho that wants to form the DroneSeeker chapter group, Marcus is the man to get together with. And Ron, it's about time you set up come on, where is it? New Jersey?
New Jersey
DroneSeeker group. There's got to be a few guys from that area.
Well, I'll have the t-shirt. I'll have the t-shirt pretty soon, so then I'll be ready to go. Right?
Yeah.
That extra large, unless it's too small.
If you get contact Kev, he can put up a New Jersey DroneSeeker t-shirt for you.
There we go.
Both Ron and I are in October are going to be at a drone conference in Austin, Texas. So I'm going to wear my DroneSeekers US chapter T-shirt to that event,
and I'll have mine by then too. So we'll look like the DroneSeekers twins at the event, and we'll probably do a live broadcast from the Xeno Nation hotel we're staying at there. And we'll have the shirts on during the show. And maybe, Marcus, we should send the Xeno Nation corporate jet over to Spain to bring Shaun over for the conference. Does Mazarin have an international airport?
Yeah, I went to the drone. What was it? The drone show in Birmingham last December. So yeah, I'm quite happy if you two want to get that air ticket for me. I'll come on over.
I can imagine how much it would be. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
For my channel, this isn't exactly a drone, but I got a RC car I was sent from Amazon to review. It's hay boxing, which they're also known as ABX or whatever. It's a little 1/16 scale RC buggy. So that review will be going up pretty soon. Nice little 4-wheel drive buggy. Sure, you could use it in Spain. Shaun has all that deserty thing. He could ride that thing all over the place, stir up some dust. And again, we'll have the Flying Man review coming up soon. And also, I'm going to be doing a little overview of the Anafi. I had a little crash last week. I think it was totally my fault. I mean, I only had it 3 feet in the air, and it seemed to lose signal, and it, just kind of skirted on the ground. So I had to replace some props. I'm going to make a video on how to replace the props, and I'm going to show some of the new software. So it's going to be something come up on the Anafi too. So it'll be a pretty busy week on the channel, and that's about it. I was able to order some replacement props from Amazon. Really, they were real affordable. I think I got a whole bunch of props for like $8. Shaun, do you have Amazon in over there in Spain?
Yeah, we got Amazon Spain or Amazon ES. I mean, that's what I love about Amazon. You can use it anywhere in the world, really. I mean, I still use my UK account, but I can use the Spanish site to order stuff, which obviously cuts down on postage and whatever. But I found for some reason some of the stuff on the Spanish Amazon is still more expensive than the one on the UK one. And even with the postage, it's still cheaper. So it's bizarre enough. But as soon as if I order anything from America on the American site, as soon as I want it brought to Spain, they put the import tax on it.
Wow. So the cost of living is a little higher in Spain outside of the houses.
Yeah, it's so annoying,
Yeah, I guess it's good. It's a good and bad with everything, I guess.
Yeah.
Yin and yang. And before we go, I want to also shout out on Shaun's DroneSeeker channels. He does international DroneSeekers every Monday. Is that correct, Shaun?
Yeah.
And this week he did the Pixies channel. That's Chris Pickering, right?
Yeah.
And he just got the Mavic Pro Classic, and it was his first flight. So Shaun highlighted his video out. So everybody go over and not only check Shaun's video out, but link all the way through to Chris's channel and give him a like and a sub also, right, Shaun?
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah.
He's part of the Yorkshire DroneSeekers. Is that correct?
Say that again, Ron.
Is Chris part of the Yorkshire DroneSeekers? Am I saying that correct?
I just love the accent. Yeah, it's the Yorkshire.
Oh, thank you for saying it correctly.
The Yorkshire DroneSeekers. But yeah.
You'll have to teach me when you take me to England someday. You're going to have to teach me all the right accents before we go over.
I mean, I was saying that I have a major problem with Burger King's plate. He's called the Anglican.
I can't say that either.
I'm sure it's not an English word, but it's where that part of England where he comes from. It's just above London. It's that bit that sticks out like a bum, and that's called Anglia. I can't even pronounce Anglican.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other ones is easy. East Midlands, and we've got the Borders, and obviously the Irish. But yeah, the Anglican is a nightmare to pronounce.
I'll say it like that.
It's called that because it's on the border of Scotland and England, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought.
Right. Oh, well, we covered a lot of territory today, gentlemen. So we're going to let Shaun probably getting ready for bedtime over there in Spain or something over there.
Yeah. Getting ready. It's coming up to nearly 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Yes, Shaun's got to get his beauty rest over there. He's got to get up tomorrow morning and start and have that Maserati vlog or whatever. It's sounds like a full-time job over there, and middle of the afternoon here in New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, but the DroneSeekers evening live show is not going to be on anymore. But yeah.
Oh man, you really ruined a lot of people's days or whatever. Let me ask: could it at some point in the future could maybe make a comeback at some day?
If I'll tell you what, if I get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, there's a great chance it will be back.
At least maybe just for one episode.
We'll have to see, won't we?
Wow. Well, you let us know. We'll definitely promote it for you and all that stuff, and we can start a watch party on Facebook. We'll make it into the the grandest festival of the year. It'll be bigger than Christmas.
Well, that would be fantastic, guys. I've got to say it again. I most appreciate it, both of you that are always plugging drone seekers. Yeah.
Well, wait until I get that T-shirt. When I get that T-shirt, you'll have 1,000 in no time.
Right. You'll be getting it then.
I'm going to hit that buy button today. I get Kev busy shipping it out or whatever.
Yeah.
We got to design Xeno Nation shirts too or whatever. So Marcus and I got to get our own T-shirts going, and when we get one, we'll send one over to Spain for you.
Yeah. What sort of design do you think it'd be then? Because
Marcus and I are design experts, so we're working daily on all the the details and drawing sketches and whatever. We're basically fashion experts over here. As you can see, Marcus and I wear nothing but the best.
I can see, yeah.
So, well, I think the show's digressed into as far as it's going to go here. So, I want to thank Shaun so much for being part of our special European edition of DroneSeeker Nation here. We try to, on the U.S. holidays, which mostly fall on Mondays, we try not to do a show because people are enjoying the holiday with their family and friends and so on, and we don't want to make them interrupt that to come watch us. So we pick another day of the week here, and we try to do it during the day so we can hit prime time over in Spain and England and all the other great European countries. So basically, that's the explanation. Shaun, if you have anything to finish out with, go ahead and say it and then turn it over to Marcus. I'll let Marcus end the show. I'm done talking.
Don't forget, join Drone Seekers.
And I'll second that. Don't forget, join Drone Seekers. And I see there's only 3 people left watching, so it's probably 3 of us. So thank you, everybody, for showing up today, and we'll see you on the next one.